Alright, Bassbait, I'll review Primer. Metal fan and David Lynch defender Bassbait was so desperate for a Primer review that his telepathic reminders replaced my failing alarm clock as the shrill noise that woke me up in the mornings. He even changed the Doctor Who Season 1 plot thread from Bad Wolf to Primer. Well, I've finally seen Primer and found it rather underwhelming. Primer still has many positive qualities. The film, written, produced and directed by star Shane Carruth, was apparently made on a minuscule budget of $7,000. Paranoia, a thriller by Brad Cinema Snob Jones, is a much less ambitious movie, and its budget is just under 3 times that of Primer. Primer's budget is 0.023% that of District 9, another low-budget, critically acclaimed sci-fi movie, but Primer's camera work, set pieces, and sound quality are professional and high quality. Primer has natural dialogue when the characters aren't spouting technobabble, solid performances, and well-realized characters who I came to like as the film progressed. Primer also utilizes some clever narrative techniques. One sequence has Abe, David Sullivan, narrate a time travel journey to his friend Aaron, Shane Carruth, in the past tense, while the two of them repeat the journey in the present. The film's presentation of time travel is also unique, as Abe and Aaron's cobbled-together time machine, much like Alexander Fleming's discovery of penicillin, was an unexpected side effect of a project by a group of hapless engineers. So, why wasn't I thrilled by Primer? Despite its clever narrative techniques and complex ideas, Primer has a less-than-stellar screenplay, with plot points that are either convoluted or left hanging. Much of the film follows Abe and Aaron as they figure out how to use their time machine and consider the device's ethical ramifications. Both of them use the time machine for personal gain. Abe, for one, hatches a scheme to get rich off of the stock market. The time machine sends its passengers back in time, so Abe, careful to avoid his double that came out of the machine, spends a few hours gathering stock information before entering the machine. By entering the machine and going back in time to before he started researching, Abe becomes his double, and now has foreknowledge of stock market developments before they happen. This is an ingenious plan reminiscent of the sports almanac in Back to the Future, but we never see Abe and Aaron make their fortune with the stock market knowledge they gained from time travel, so this plot thread doesn't really go anywhere. Abe and Aaron are baffled after seeing a man named Thomas Granger use their time machine, as they don't know how Thomas could have found their machine. This scene may have been written to emphasize how unsafe their machine can be, but once again, this plot thread is otherwise of little importance, doesn't lead to anything, and isn't explained. As for Aaron, he deviously orchestrates events by drugging Abe, recording conversations, and even subduing himself so that he can intervene in a party incident and become a hero. This plot thread doesn't come completely out of nowhere, as the incident, the attempted shooting of Abe's girlfriend Rachel, is brought up in conversation, but this mention is so casual and fleeting that you may miss it. Therefore, Aaron's plot thread has inadequate context, and is a really convoluted and overly complicated motivation for Aaron's character. The workings of the time machine also seem to contradict each other. From what I gathered, and according to this illuminating diagram, Abe and Aaron's time machine sends things back in time. But early in the film, after testing their watches, the two of them find that the figurine they use for testing is covered in protein from a common fungus. This level of coating could only have occurred after several years, but the figurine was only in the box for a few minutes at a time, indicating that the figurine has experienced over 1,300 times the amount of time that it would have normally experienced. Accelerating time for an object is different from sending an object through time, which is what the machine does for the rest of the movie. This feels like a plot hole to me, as the machine sends Abe and Aaron back in time without any sign of the accelerated aging we saw from the figurine, unless you count bleeding from the ears. The rate at which the machine operates may have changed, but why did it change, other than to better service the plot? The machine seems to switch from accelerating time to sending things back through time for the convenience of the plot. Ultimately, Primer is interesting, unique, well-acted, and really professional on such a small budget, but the film is overburdened with ideas and too clever for its own good. The screenplay is what drags Primer down, as the effects of the time machine are inconsistent, and the plot has several unresolved or obtuse plot threads.
People assume that time is a strict progression of cause to effect, but actually, from a non-linear, non-subjective viewpoint, it's more like a big ball of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
That's all well and good, Doctor, but it's still no excuse for scattershot storytelling. Well, I've reviewed Primer, and I don't think it's that crash hot. Sorry, Bassbait. Primer earns 3 stars out of 5. Thank you for watching. Cheers.